Hi guys, my name is Korpen and here's the new game. Yes, I know, yet another new game. But this one is probably one of the best games that I've ever played when it comes to real-time strategy. You know, Man of War in all its glory, but this game is slightly better. And this here is Mission Battle for Normandy. It came out in 2011. I remember playing the first combat mission game back in 2003. So yeah, I've been playing this a lot. Not this game, but the combat mission, the first game, back in 2003. We had a lot of fun with that game. So what I'm gonna do today, I got inspired by a fellow YouTuber called Diplex Heated. I saw a video where he played the newest iteration of this game. It's called Final Blitzkrieg. Now I tried to buy that game, but it wouldn't accept my credit card, and yeah, so I got this one instead. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna play a medium-sized battle. Not too many troops, 30 minutes, random map, random environment, yeah. We're gonna set it to daytime, and it's gonna be clear weather. And since I'm a beginner with this game, I'm gonna play the German army. But we're going up against a random opponent, so it might be any kind of army, really. So I'm not going to be the Allied force, but I'm going to play as the Axis. And I'm playing on what I guess is normal difficulty. So why I want to make videos with this game is because you can get a level of intensity in this game that you can't really get in some of my other real-time strategy games that I've been covering on this channel, such as Close Combat. The AI in Close Combat is pretty weird. Now, in this game, they've really nailed down the AI. So the tank AI and infantry and artillery, everything is working as it should. So it's pretty nice. And the way it works is that I have 2 pots of points that I can buy troops for. I have a budget for standard troops, 2068. And if I want to buy something that is rare, I have the same kind of points. So here on the right side you have the rarity of the troops. Like here, if I wanted to buy a heavy anti-tank company, that would cost me 3,573 rarity. Now I do not have that, so I can't really buy 122mm heavy anti-tank gun company at this kind of level of battle anyway. So what we are going to do today, I believe, is that we're going to start off with the Grenadier Battalion and then strip it down so that we have maybe troops for something like 800 points, and then I'm going to buy some armor because that's what you came to my channel for. You want to see tank combat, so yeah, we're going with that today. But we need to strip down the company, so I think I don't have that kind of budget, so I need to get rid of some of the companies. Let's go with 1 company of Grenadiers. That will be definitely enough. And since I have tanks, I don't really need Panzerjägers. Don't really need Kübelwagens as well. My support on my HQ company will have to fend for themselves and walk around the battlefield. And we'll also strip some of the Panzerschreck teams because we don't really need them, frankly. But that's going to be enough, I believe. We have a mixture between riflemen, grenadiers, grenadiers, riflemen. And then we have a heavy gun section here with a heavy machine gun and a headquarter team for them. So you have platoon leaders everywhere, and then you have a battalion leader and so on. We do obviously want some artillery, right? So maybe I should buy a forward observer. get rid of his Kübelwagen because that only costs money and he doesn't really need it, since he's going to sit in a house or a bush the whole time. With that said, we might want to have some mortars as well. Now, do we go? Whoops. Fuck it, let's go with the heavy artillery or the heavy mortars. Heavy mortars are fun. And single vehicles. Now we do have 1,000 points to buy stuff for. Last battle I played, I had 2 Panzer IV H's, and they performed superbly on the battlefield. 2 of my tanks knocked out 8 allied vehicles in total, whereas I believe 6 of them were tanks, so they knocked out a few Shermans and a few M10 tank destroyers. So we are probably going to go for the Panzer IVs once again, because I do really like them. They're not that big and really pretty nimble and can easily get around in the bocage. So as you can see here, the medium tank is attached automatically to the battalion HQ, or under the battalion HQ. And here you can see that some of these things are really rare, like an early Sturmhaubitze 42 would cost me a lot of rarity points. Now I might want to buy something rare, but just because it's rare doesn't mean that it's going to be good. Now, should we go with the Tiger? Might be fun just to have one Tiger on the battlefield. Let's have one and then another Panzer IV if we can. Now, this is totally not historically correct, because the Tiger wouldn't be... No, let's get rid of the Tiger. Let's leave that for a different battle, shall we? Let's go with the standard stuff. So we're on a large open map. That suits our Panzer IVs. And the enemy will make a probe attack. Now, this game isn't beautiful, but what it lacks in beauty, it gives back in the way of sheer gameplay. So, in order not to just lose you here, because you do not want to see me set up my army, I'm just gonna cut over to the main battle, right? So you're still there? Good. Now let's go. Just first, before we start, I might just want to give you a short rundown of my positions. Now here up on the hill overlooking the fields, we have 4 Panzer IVs neatly in line on the high ground. I'm suspecting that there might not be a push coming in from this area, since the enemy probably wants some kind of cover to begin with, so they'll probably deploy over here. But in the odd case that they would deploy over here, most of my armor can make short work of them, I guess. So here, down on the low ground, I have infantry everywhere. Panzerschrecks on the flanks, and Panzerschrecks evenly spread out here along the crossroads and the hamlet. So, with that said, let's get going, shall we? See what happens. So, unless my soldiers doesn't spot the enemy, I won't see them on the map, so that's why you're not seeing enemies at the moment. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I kind of feel a little bit bad about these men here out in the open. They have no cover, and the only thing they can do is just lie around and wait for the enemy to show up. Oops, there are some tanks over here. Do we have any identification on them? Seems like they are... That's a Sherman 75. M8 Scott, Sherman 75, M8 Scott over there, self-propelled artillery. So let's see if my Panzer IVs have a good field of fire on them. If they can hit them. They're all the way over here. But then again, the Pak 40 gun on the Panzer IV is more than enough to knock out a tank at this kind of range. So the M8 Scott is dead. Now it seems like, oh, they have a lot more of them around here. Now the M4 is dead. Another M8 Scott is out of action. Dang, the Panzer IVs, they are pretty neat. Another M4 moving up. That's an assault gun, a 105 Sherman. Now here's another M4 who tried to make a run for it around the flank, got knocked out. And do not forget, if they make it around the fields on my flank, we do have 1, 2, 3 Panzerschreck teams, and then way up here in the back we have some heavy machine guns to cut down some infantry should they send infantry our way. It seems like they're trying to move up our left flank. Now it seems like we did lose the Panzer IV there. We've lost 2 by now, but really they are the army who are pretty much worse off in this engagement. Now we lost another Panzer IV. Well, we did hit that 105 assault gun. I wonder what he's firing. He must be firing heat rounds or something like that in order to penetrate the Panzer IV from... Oh! Okay, seems like we did. Did the Panzer IV survive that hit? Yes, it did. Lost the crewman. No. Yes, he lost the crewman. Okay. So here's a lone. No, there are only 3 surviving in this tank. Seems like they're panicking somewhat. Now let's call down some arty on that hill over there. I think that's a good choice, considering what kind of troops they seem to be having. Let's call down a vast spread here, just in general. No, let's have a area target. We do go with that kind of spread. Have 2 guns, heavy bombardment, medium length, immediate, confirm. Okay, so let's see if we can. There are more armor up here. That's another Sherman. That's is that a 76 variant? No, it's a 75er. They seem to be like an armored division, or maybe an armored company, sorry. Absolutely not an armored division. But they do have a lot more tanks than we do, no doubt about that. Now, these guys are taking fire. We might want to pull them back, considering that they obviously do not stand a chance. But then again, where should they go? Into cover over here, probably. Also, my HQ is under fire. That could be a bit of an issue. My anti-tank Panzerschreck is also they're taking fire from the M8 Scots, I believe. So let's keep these guys low. I want to give them a target arc of something like 200 meters, something like that. A neat short range engagement restriction for them. Because you know, it doesn't matter if they fire at long range, they won't hit anything at anyway, so let's just keep them firing at short ranges. Oh crap, that's another company, it seems, of armored target, of armored vehicles moving in. More M8 Scots. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M8 Scots that I can see. No, 6. Possibly, it might possibly be 8 of them. And then a couple of half tracks. Okay, I'm gonna get my ass handed to me in this battle. No way that I'm gonna sustain or keep the line intact. It doesn't matter if I have Panzerschrecks or not. They cannot keep this line secured. I do. Now I forgot to give them firing arcs. Now this is a very bad idea, to fire at armored vehicles at that kind of range, because they will only... Seems like artillery is coming in as well. I just want to give all my troops a hold fire order and just lay down in ambush and wait for them to show up before they open fire. That's enemy artillery incoming, but it's way off, so it doesn't matter. Sorry. Let's give them target arcs. Now I should have done that from the get-go, but yeah, I was kind of keen to get on with the battle. Now just hunker down, dude. My commander is having a bit of a mental breakdown, I guess. I can understand him, of course. Now, targets. Let's go with 140. Yeah, something like that. 150 will do. It shouldn't be firing at anything long further away than that. And here's the the light armored artillery company moving in from the what is it, north. Yeah, I am screwed, but it was a good fight though, and hopefully this will showcase what's cool with this game. You know, it's like real combat. You know, I really do love this game. We did have way too few tanks in order to deal with this threat. Can we get inside at the Panzer IV? Get it operational? Would be sweet. Now, obviously the artillery will be way off since it's landing over here, and yeah, they have armored vehicles. We got hit. Tank is not... Oh, okay. Tank is dead now. Right. Meanwhile, M8 Scott has overrun our position. We just got completely overrun over here. Yeah, we have 4 men left in the vicinity of the barn. Man, the Allies have invaded Normandy and we are not strong enough to defend it. Not at all. So by now let's just give them clear target. You're clear to open fire. It's too late to retreat. If we do that, we'll just give ourselves up as very good targets. It's better just to hunker down in the foxholes and make the best out of the situation. Okay, I could probably have gone with a couple of anti-tank guns as well. That would probably have been the best. Want to see that artillery coming down on the hill, but it seems like it's a bit off. Let's see. Firing within 1 minute. Okay, so it should be arriving right now, actually. Cool. Now this is what a 122mm howitzer bombardment with 2 guns looks like. Obviously it's way too late by now, and unless we can score a very lucky hit right down into the top of the M8 Scott here, we stand little to no chance succeeding in hurting anything over here. But yeah, let's see how the last line of defense holds up against all these vehicles. It's just insane. Naturally, I think in reality, the company of grenadiers would probably, they would try to defend their position. But you know, it's no use, not in this kind of environment or in this kind of open terrain. So you might just as well give up and surrender. They're trying their best though, but as you can see here, most of the infantry squads do not have Panzerschrecks. They've used them, so they're out. And we are basically getting slaughtered by the M8 Scots, who have howitzer guns mounted onto them. And yeah, by now this guy is just is probably thinking about staying there until the war is over in Normandy, because he's behind the enemy lines by now. Oh man. Yeah, I can't do anything. Now, should we attempt to run away? Let's do that. Let's be realistic here. So we try to make a run for it back to friendly positions. Now just watch what happens. So one by one the squads try to pull back, whereas some of the squads try to hold the line. Dang, I really had a good feeling about this battle. I thought, I have the high ground, I have 4 Panzer IVs, what can go wrong? But yeah. Against how many vehicles? I don't know, 20? So yeah, that was without a doubt a US Army victory. Well, you can't win them all, but if you look at the casualties, yeah, we lost a lot more than they did. We ended up with 49 men okay, 77 okay. They lost 5 tanks, we lost 4. We have 4 MIA. We lost 1 armored vehicle. Only 1722 wounded in action. We lost almost 100 troops there. Let's have a look at the battlefield, see what they had, what more they had. Obviously they had the Shermans, the 115s. Over here. That was a neat trick, that they had troops over here behind the hill that I couldn't see, and once they had gotten a fair picture about what kind of defenses I had, they pulled up this armored company there, or self-propelled artillery company. Now this tank has been immobilized, this one have been dismounted, knocked out, another knocked out Sherman over here, another one over there. Kinda cool, they tried a hook maneuver to come in this way, but they really got hammered as they tried to traverse the hill and gain the high ground. Maybe they would have fared better if they had deployed their troops up here and then just run down into the valley. Now, had I had something like a tiger, maybe I should have had a tiger on this map. That would have been sweet. If I had bought the tiger, I think I could have probably won this. 2 tigers, I would have been much better off than the Panzer Force. So let's keep that in mind for next time. So thank you all for watching, guys. I hope you like this new game. I really do enjoy playing it a lot, since it does really feel like real war in a sense. At times the enemy AI may pull crazy stunts off like this when they buy self-propelled artillery battalion and they attack with a lot of Stuart howitzer tanks and Shermans, but hey, you get that once in a while. Most of the times they go for a mixed spread between infantry and tanks, but this time we faced an armored force and it really ate us up. So yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys around in the next video.